Oh gosh. Uh. Crap. I shouldn't. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. There we go. I was just about to say. Come on now. Okay. 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 Yo. I. Ah. How are you doing, Shrimpy? I'm getting everything set up, and I think I got everything set up, so I'm just. Oh yeah, and sorry, were you streaming it? Because I did. My bad if I was not, um, if you were, but I'm glad you just, you had a, you. Do you like that game, Phasmophobia? Because I've seen a lot of people play it, but I don't know if it's fun or anything like that, and I don't know why my microphone is going into the red zone when I'm not even that remotely close to it. So, um, okay, I gotcha. So yeah, I gotcha. Okay, that's cool. Okay, thank you very much, Diva. I'm sorry. I would have figured my host would have went, but um, maybe it did on. Oh wait, maybe I was away. So okay. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Oh, right, and my bad. I turned off the sound, so maybe that's why I didn't hear it. So yeah, Diva, if you're still here, okay, okay. I just want to make sure. But also, if Diva, you're still here, I'll let the I'll just let the host go. So okay. So yeah, this is the first time you see my face. And again, like I was saying, again, you don't have to, but I do have again the hydrate. So again, this is sparkling water. This stuff is awful. Whoever wants to redeem it, that's up to you. But I think I limit it 1, 2 per stream. So I think only one person at a time can use it. So other than that, I want to let's skip to the pleasantries. I mean, our stream, my stream, wouldn't be here without three crucial people, and one is mute your webcam sound. Oh, but I thought I disabled the webcam. Hang on, if I click that, and I'm using my snowball, so that's why I'm confused. Let's see, is this? Oh, what right box? Like is it the one I'm hovering over? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. Okay, there we go. So, was I was I having like duplicate sounds? Because yeah, my bad. I just realized that. Okay, so everything's good right now, right? Okay, thank you very much. I didn't notice that for the longest time. So, thank you very much. We'll get to the pleasantries. Okay, so sorry. Was it like yeah? It was not an echo, but it was almost like and not a reverb, but I gotcha. It just sounded awkward. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Shrimpy, for checking with that. I didn't know. I thought I muted it, but that was not the case. Um, so again, my stream wouldn't be here without a lot of key people, but especially three people that helped me out a lot. Is Shin the Legend. He's a wonderful person, and if you could go, follow him as well, that'd be great. He's one of my mods. We talk about mental health every now and then, and yeah, he's a pretty solid guy. Secondly, the stream wouldn't be here without Shrimpy. He's one of my mods. He's one of my best friends. We talk about mental health every now and then, but I haven't played with him yet recently, and that was one of the things I want to talk about today is returning to gaming. And I like that was one thing that I was like not flip flopping, but I was always worried about being called a hypocrite because that's my biggest thing about people is that um sorry anyway we'll get to that later anyway uh thank you again, Shrimpy, for being a mod and for taking your time out of your schedule even if you are at work. I really appreciate it. So if you could follow Shrimpy as well, that'd be great. And lastly, and but not least, is Devo Yuri. He's one of my mods as well. He's a wonderful person. Other than if you could follow him as well, that'd be great. I recently made him a mod, and um, sorry, that's it. That's all I can say. And lastly, before I run out of breath, um, I'd like to shout out this artist on Fiverr. She does a lot of work for me. Um, what did she work on recently? She worked on the logo. That's something that we updated our logo on the stream. So that's a new logo that we have, and I would like to thank her that for most possible. If you could help out Gina and him on Fiverr, that'd be great. Other than that, that's all I can say. And another person is Jessica. She recently completed the uh, work on our recent background image for YouTube and Twitch, and I don't know if Twitter has a background, but um, anyway, that's on for right now. And she works really fast as well, so that's another good portion of if you can help her out as well, that'd be great. Other than that, we will get to the task at hand, which is Battle Chef Brigade. This is our first subject for the day. Battle Chef Brigade is a let me just run this in performance mode because I think I'll be better now. Battle Chef Brigade is a title or is a game published by Adult Swim Games, and really I thought that was really fantastic because and I just want to check something real quick. Okay, okay, sorry, I just was making sure that my audio was going through. But yeah, it was published by Adult Swim Games, and if you know about them, they used to publish again not just on the Adult Swim website, but again like a lot of parody slash goofy games that may not be categorized as games, but um, I don't know if that was one and the same, and now they're publishing serious ventures. Um, but I think the first time I saw them recently was that they published a game called Mega Coin Squad, and it was very simple, and simple's not a bad thing, especially if it's executed well. Um, but yeah, and then I think it's like their next game, or at least the one they published. I don't know who the developer is, and again, maybe it is Adult Swim Games. Was something called Headlander. It was like an astronaut, or like the dude's head would unattach from the guy's body, and then you would have to like land it like somewhere else in the level. It was very odd. And then Adult Swim Games publishes Battle Chef Brigade and over here, and Battle Chef Brigade is it's a very moving game, and I wish I had like footage for it because now that I came back to gaming, I can probably get footage of it, but at the same time, it's fine. Um, but yeah, Battle Chef Brigade is kind of a pseudo fighting game slash Monster Hunter slash Cooking Mama, where the objective of this game is you fight and either kill monsters or collect other like vegetables, fruit for ingredients, and then you cook. Uh, Sorry, I shouldn't be scratching my nose. You cook said ingredients in like a in just really itchy. Sorry. You cook said ingredients later in the kitchen uh, or a kitchen coliseum with like a puzzle type thing. So you'll rotate the pieces of your ingredients that you got, and that's kind of the game. You'll get a lot of items later, like slow cookers and other passive items that help you out a lot. But again, that's kind of the core gameplay or core idea of the gameplay. Other than that, it's a very stylized game. Again, I don't play too many indie games, but it's hand drawn. It's very visually striking. There's a lot of nods to including this guy over here with this fabulous outfit. To gosh, what's it called? To Iron Chef because that guy's basically almost like Chairman Kaga from Iron Chef, and his name is Chairman Kameen uh, in Battle Chef Brigade. There are a lot of other good moments, and I have a couple of pictures from the game. Um, this one is from what's it called? From one of the mini games that you can play in the town, and you try to find the secret ingredient that makes everything taste better. It's just called ambrosia, so it's pretty funny. Pretty funny quest line. And this is not too a quest line per se, but it's just a funny picture in general. Um, this picture in general, it has three of our main characters. Um, our leftmost main character is Mina Han. She's a chef from a small town, and she eventually gets bored and wants to travel to the big city. So I know I'm sorry, I'm kind of just I don't have all the details, but anyway, she goes to the big city to be a battle chef or be part of the Battle Chef Brigade, and uh, you play as her, and you play as the orc in the background, Thrash, in the story, and each has their own abilities. Mina has a lot of magic, and she can strike fast with her knives. I don't remember Thrash. I think Thrash doesn't move as fast, but he has better magic or something like that. I tried to do slight research a little bit before this, but I don't worry, I have played this before, so at least played up to this part and a couple other parts later. In fact, I almost got I would say halfway through the game, or maybe a good portion of it, because when Mina is trying to get her Battle Chef Brigade like license or whatever, versus like the big three. Um, but yeah, Mina is the daughter or the second daughter of her family with her second sister Saskia, and her parents. Sorry, I don't remember the parents right off the bat. Um, and Thrash is a happily married family man, probably better at it than Guile, I guess. Um, who wants to? Sorry, I don't remember all the motivations, but he wants to be Battle Chef Brigade chef as well. Um, over here is Ziggy. Ziggy is a he's some like undead ghost guy. I don't know exactly. I'm sorry if that's spoilers if you haven't played the game before. But his style or kind of I think it's like with Mina is that your style of food is kind of like it's kind of eclectic. I think you can make anything. Or I think they were kind of saying it was like southern like Asian like style or I think thrash is like Latino cooking. I don't know exactly, and or like elevated Spanish dishes. I don't remember, and I think Ziggy is like elevated fast food or something like that. So Ziggy is I think he'll try to make like better burgers or something like that. Ziggy and another character was eventually going to be playable in the main story, but they were cut for time. So but Ziggy was eventually put in the game as what's it called? As like a versus character for their versus mode. Yeah, so um, Battle Chef Brigade. If you have a chance to try it, I know it's on Steam. Steam is, it has. Oh, and here's a full version of that picture, just in case, because I know it's kind of small on screen. Um, but yeah, it's his outfit is kind of goofy, but also kind of fabulous. So he's kind of flamboyant, kind of like the guy from Iron Chef as well. So, and the same thing is that you cook each dish, try and match it to the judge's taste, and that's kind of Battle Chef Brigade in a nutshell. Sorry again, I don't have any gameplay, but it's a very solid game. It's on Steam, it's on Switch. Um, I think it's probably around $20. it's not that it's not that expensive for a pretty solid quality game. And yeah, I think that's that's something. What's it called? Um, that's oh, what was I gonna say? That's something to move on with. Sorry, gonna take a sip. I sorry, I wrote down a couple of things, but I think I almost said them all. I think the only thing is um it's again the game is set up like a tournament, so you battle each several different chefs each day. And sorry, uh, okay, I'm back. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, I wrote a little bit down, but hang on. Okay, I just wanted to try just check that out. Um, I think the next thing I want to talk about today is learning another language. Learning another language is pretty great. It's pretty fascinating. From what I remember is going going back to going back to high school. It's like I learned French for 3 years, and then the last year I wasn't really learning it. I was just a TA for the class. Um, sorry, just slightly itchy today. And and learning another language is always like great and fascinating because you learn another language, you learn so much about how we're you know that oh gosh, I'm trying to pierce together or they get together the words. You kind of oops, well, there that goes. Um, uh, you kind of see that there's a lot of connecting parts to each language, and you see that English gets a lot of words from other languages, specifically a lot of French and German and Latin and Grecian, I think. And it's always fascinating. Like after high school, I didn't learn too many languages after that. But I specifically and not the this is no way paid by them or anything like that. Specifically, I started using Duolingo, and Duolingo is pretty fantastic. Again, it's kind of it lagged for specific languages, but I understand that language is a hard thing to uh, translate properly or translate effectively. Because again, some mannerisms or some things in another language won't translate cleanly or perfectly into another language. Um, but specifically, what's it called? Uh, I think maybe last year when I had my accident, I started to try and find more activities to do other than gaming, and specifically Duolingo is one of them. I started to read again, specifically a couple of books. Um, I think it's like I read uh, probably all the books I've read so far recently. Mo Obituaries that probably has been my favorite. The the one I probably least like is Finnegan's Wake. I stopped reading that because it was too difficult. Um, uh, but learning another language is fantastic. I started learning Romanian I think last year, and Romanian is very close to Latin, and I don't know if we get any words from Romanian, but um, it's also great learning about like the cultural landmarks of Romania because I think it's like they have the castles that that inspired or like Dracula or vampires are based off they have they have Dracula's castle or whatever in Romania. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, I can't advertise Romanian enough. It's a good language to learn. I don't know about I know it's like a lot of people will be like, well, I can learn this, but what's the practical nature of it? I don't know. Same thing with me. Like maybe like a week ago, I was like, or maybe like 2 months ago, I started learning French again, and I got significantly far with the French course, and it was it was okay. I picked up a lot, or I remember it a lot, and then I was going like, this is pretty solid. But then I go like, I feel confident enough in French. I still want to learn Japanese, and I started learning Japanese, and I think again it's much more difficult because it's not a Latin-based language. Um, and I think the same thing would be said that if somebody was learning English, there are symbols involved, but again, like going from English to Japanese, there are a lot of symbols, and Japanese is really fascinating because they'll have the vowels A E I O U, and then they'll have like a consonant like K. Hang on. They'll have a consonant like K be attached to a vowel. So then it'll be like Ka, Ki, Ke, Ko, Ku, and then it kind of goes from that they attach a consonant each time, and then there's like one letters by itself, and that's N, and it's kind of shaped like if an H fell over or if an H like collapsed. I don't know. Um, but yeah, it's and then there's that so the hiragana is the base alphabet. That's for like most of the um, that's for most of like I think everyday Japanese you or like just normal Japanese for the language. And then there's a thing called katakana, and that's used for foreign words specifically. I think like you would use it for like airport or something like that. Or a name specifically like they use John in specifically speaking for examples, and they use Maria for examples as well. Um, and then they use and then there's like a third type of language, and well, it's not exactly the language, but it's like kind of like a user friendly type thing. There's something called a romaji or a romanji, and it's just a romanization, or they use the English characters for Japanese words. That's almost like that's a godsend for if you want to look up anime lyrics. So, yeah, look that up next time. Um, another thing is, or that's kind of how I think Joe anyway. He's a Japanese band or Japanese artist, and he grew up in the States. Oh, I think grew up or half in Japan, half in the United States. and he didn't know Japanese at first, so he learned Japanese by listening to music. So it was a fascinating thing to hear about. Um, but yeah, gosh, what was I gonna say? And I think I was gonna say the last thing is, or part of the language is kanji, and kanji is like the characters borrowed from China, and I almost would say that kanji is the like sentence shortener or like the sentence like I don't know the right word. That's like it's almost like an English contraction, like how English teachers will tell you don't use contractions when you're writing your paper. Like instead of cannot, can't, and instead of uh, okay, Shimby, I just was checking. Sorry, I know the subject matter is like really dry and boring, but I just uh we'll get to returning back to gaming soon. I just wanted to end it with this and just say that and just end it with say that so yeah I almost feel like kanji is or I almost think that kanji is like the sentence shortener because they have gosh what's it called they almost function like can't and won't and shouldn't that type of thing. So that's my only like thought process for talking about that. Other than that, try learning a language. It's a great way to spend time, especially if a you're not gaming, and b you need something to do or you need an activity to work on in the meantime. Besides reading books and learning a language, I started doing a lot of, started working on a lot of crosswords. Crosswords are fantastic if you need something to do. Last subject for today, and something that I was kind of uh, scared to talk about, slash, kind of um, a relief to talk about, is returning to gaming. And um, it's both, I think, Um, I don't know what the hang on. And the correct wording, I would close to say a blessing and a curse. Because specifically speaking with Shin, one of my it's I wanted to come back doing podcasts because that's one of the few unique things that we've been doing. And but also it's like it kind of working on podcasts and not gaming, it was one of those things where it's like you would revalue or reali reevaluate why you enjoyed the game so much, and specifically speaking, or why you but yeah, it's like you critically think, and then when you're gaming is like you're so focused on the game that you don't notice everything going on around you, and that's kind of a detriment, and be like I felt especially bad that I think I was gaming like 2 3 nights ago, and like I was talking to my mom, and my mom asked me something and I didn't even realize, and I just um and I know it's like just specifically speaking, I felt bad because I was going like, well, I was so um focused on the game that I didn't even notice again the things around me. Um, but specific, but specifically speaking, I mostly want a game, not just or not so much as a detriment to my mental health, but because if you can kind of see, my hands aren't up to a great standards. I have eczema, so uh, I'm mostly uh, what's it called? I'm mostly streaming and gaming to try and keep my eczema to a minimal and passable level because it's not just winter. It's also because there are a lot of things around the house that need cleaning, and I know I need to clean as well. But also, it's like gaming used to give me a reprieve of not itching, and now I need to do it again. But I also had a mental health breakdown, which, to be fair, not exactly from gaming. I always feel embarrassed because I had a mental health breakdown when watching two mixer streams at that moment, and so it was a byproduct of gaming effectively, not gaming itself. But it's like from talking about mental health, it was a oversaturation of information, and that's what kind of drove me to have the breakdown. Um, but again, I'm not. I did again like I know I need to be careful, especially when trying to support everybody and also find time for myself to you know to be present and be um, you know gosh to be I can't think of the word because again like I want to stream because I this is technically my first job, so I don't want to keep it as much as possible. So gaming is a at least for like games like Smite and oh I thank you Shrimpy. I just again it's like I'm not like I was saying earlier, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I just want to say that there are so many factors going on that I don't want to give the wrong message. Um, that I'm mostly gaming, not just because I need something to, and that's primarily what gaming was to me. Um, that's primarily what gaming was to me mostly was to remove time out of schedules, so that you don't have to deal with the world. And I don't want to do that anymore. I just, I want to stay present. I want to stay focused. I want to stay focused on my goals. That's my biggest thing. Um, you know, um, other than that, I just, and I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say is with my mental health, I think my mental health is is relatively stable right now. I don't think I have too many problems. Um, other than that, again, my eczema flared up, and that's my current problem right now. I know there are some medication readily available, but it's way too high, and I don't want to put I don't want to, especially like I had a couple I had a couple like I had a serious arm pain like maybe like a week or two ago, and I didn't know whether or not to go to the doctor. And but then I was going like, if I go to the doctor, that will be like insurance and yada yada yada, and going like, I was gonna say it's not serious. Um, but also, again, it's like, I just, I went through a pretty serious thing, and I'm sure insurance was probably not happy to pay it. Um, and and I talked to Shin as well, and I'm talking to you, Shrimpy, as well. That I think it's been like a month or two since I stopped going to group therapy, and the good thing is I feel pretty solid about myself. I feel good about myself. I'm currently working. For um, again, this is technically my job, so I'm currently working, and I'm close to the things that are important to my life, even though I'm not at the goals that I've set for myself, because I want to write, I want to be a publisher, or or not like a, I don't want to be like a big conglomerate book publisher. I just want to be a writer, effectively. Um, but I just wanted to say, that sorry, it's kind of getting a bit heavy that I think I'm pretty happy with where I am right now because um, I think it's like I told Elio and I told one of our besties, and I haven't told another one, but I think I know I need to, because it was a funny piece of information that 2016 and 2020 were turbulent years, and I know were genuinely awful, but it was funny that those were the years where things started getting better for me. So I can't like incisively or decisively say, oh, that was a that was an awful year, because it's like 2016. I started going back to college. I think maybe 2015 maybe, but I started to write. But still, I started writing continuously from 2016. 2020, even though I had the mental health accident, or rather 2019, then going into 2020, I, I got so much of my aspects of my life together, and then I technically have this job now, and so I can't effectively say not all of it was bad. So anyway, I think that's the end of it for today. Um, Thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by. Especially, thank you, Devo Yuri. Thank you, Shrimpy, for staying by. I don't think I'm gonna stream later. For the most part, I might. I don't know, because again, um, that's the small pennies that is ad revenue. That's trying to get more people watching and all that. So, or at least possibly coming to the stream. So anyway, again, thank you very much, Shrimpy. I can't do this without you, and I can't do this without Shin and Evil. So thank you everybody for hanging out and just listening. So yeah, this is your host Real Zero signing off, and have a good rest of your day.